Casting is one of the oldest methods of manufacturing. It is a very famous and important process in the engineering. Large number of varieties can be produced by casting process. Yes, in today's video we are going to discuss the basic terms or the parts of casting process. So let's begin. The first term is bottom board. This is the very first step we need to complete in the casting process. Board is used at the bottom side of the casting setup so that the setup can be mounted on it. This bottom board is generally made up of sand. Second term, flask. Flask is nothing but a box or a container which contains sand inside it. This flask is made up of wood, metal or metal alloys in some cases. The upper half portion of the flask is known as cope and the lower half portion is known as drag. The cope and drag is separated by a parting line. Next is pattern. Pattern is used to create cavity inside the sand. It is the replica or the duplicate of our final casting product. Next, core. Core is made up of sand. This is useful to make some hollow section inside our final casting product. Pouring basin. It is the funnel-like structure which is used to pour the molten metal inside the mold cavity. Next term, sprue. Sprue is the passage provided for the molten metal to flow from pouring basin to the mold cavity. Next is gate. Gate is the actual entry point of the molten metal which enters inside the mold cavity. Choke. The choke is always provided near the sprue which controls the flow of molten metal. If we slow down the flow, then there will be no bubble formation inside the mold cavity and the choke helps to slow down the flow of molten metal. Next term, runner. The horizontal passage provided from the choke to the mold cavity is known as runner. Runner also helps to control the flow of molten metal. Next, mold cavity. Mold cavity is nothing but a simple cavity in which molten metal enters and we will have the final casting product after solidification of the molten metal. Next term, riser. Riser acts as a reservoir for the system. Once the material cools down, it will shrink and the job will go in undersize. Hence, it is very necessary to add molten metal inside the mold cavity to avoid undersized job production. The riser always fills after filling the mold cavity. When the metal shrinks down in the mold cavity, the molten metal present inside the riser will flow back and maintains the level inside the mold cavity. And ultimately, we will have our job in the required dimensions. The last term is vent. Vent is provided to the system so that the produced gases will be escaped from mold cavity. Otherwise, it will create porosity in the final product. These are the all terms related with the casting process or the casting setup. If you like to watch more videos on this process, please write I am interested in the comment section below so that I can make more videos on the casting process. By just clicking the like button, you can boost our willpower. Please share this video on social platforms and hit that bell icon by subscribing to this channel to get notified about similar videos. Thank you so much.